Hey guys, Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time around, we had The Power of Three. What was that one about?
You're going to have to remind me of that one. I've been doing a lot of work at the theater this week.
Yeah, so it was the invasion of the tiny cubes.
Oh, yeah.
Where there were just a bunch of cubes showing up all over the Earth, and the Doctor showed up to investigate them with Amy and Rory, but it took an entire year. The cubes just sat around, didn't do anything. The Doctor was very impatient, trying to adapt to regular life with the Ponds. But eventually, turns out the cubes were an invention of the Shakri, which were this Judgment Day sort of alien race that just goes around, wipes out the native species of a planet, and that's that. And they defeated it, and at the end, there had been concerns about should Amy and Rory keep going with the Doctor, but Brian said, yep, that's a good idea. You should keep going with the Doctor forever, and that's pretty much where we left off.
Okay.
So,
well, the reason I'm not remembering that at the theater this week, we got moved into the building at the end of February. This is now the 14th of March. Yeah. Pi Day 3.14. We have all the costumes into the 3 costume rooms, all the props into the 2 prop rooms. They're not completely sorted yet, but they're out of the way of the main construction. They have come in and started taking down the soffits and starting marking out where the theater is actually going to be, where the seats, the auditorium is going to be. And late yesterday afternoon, we met with the plumber who's coming in to going to have to jackhammer some of the floors, because in the 3 rooms that are going to be our new dressing rooms, they're going to install toilet facilities, and they're going to put a sink in the green room for the stage manager to be able to wash prop dishes and things like that. So it's all coming together, and we're barreling ahead. We've heard that it's probably, before it's all finished, going to take at least the next 5 months. So I'll be somewhat occupied with that while we're finishing. I guess we're going to finish up 11 here in a couple of episodes, and then start on Capaldi.
It'll be a little bit. We've got about 10 episodes, I think, left of Matt Smith, so it'll be a little bit. But we are wrapping up at some point. So, but there's your weekly lore update for those of you who, for some reason, stick around through the intros and care about that. And because I know Mom's listening right now, because Dad always watches these episodes. He watches them more than I do. I just edit them and then they're out into the ether. But Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry that he can't invest in earbuds. But anyway. So that's your lore update, and we will move right along to Doctor Who. And we are also, there will also be, after the episode today, we will have just an extra little bonus to go with, as a companion piece to this episode. It's kind of a mini-sode. Normally I would skip the mini-sodes, however, people will be jumping down my throat if I skip this one in particular. So we will watch it. But obviously we'll watch it, but don't expect the reactions that you would get from other reaction channels about that. Hopefully you've understood that by now. But for now, we have the next episode of Doctor Who. And the next week is actually a Christmas special. Oh. An unnumbered Christmas special in the middle of the season. So, anyhow. You got anything else?
Well, it says the Angels take Manhattan, so now the Angels are there, and the Daleks were there in Manhattan. And the Daleks were there again in, was it the Chase? Or the Master? Okay.
It was the Chase where they were going through. They ended up on the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Which they built. The Daleks built the Empire State Building. We saw that with the 10th Doctor, so, that's interesting. I don't know if I ever thought about, or maybe I did think about that in that episode, and I just didn't say anything. But, yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating because normally it's the joke of Doctor Who that, stay away from England because it's the most dangerous place in all of Doctor Who, because that's where all the aliens go. But New York is probably a close second now.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, we might as well jump right in. All right.
For $25 a day plus expenses, I'll believe any damn thing you like.
But you don't believe that statues can move. And you're right, Mr. Carter. When you're looking,
Good night, Mr. Grail.
If his wife's name was Holly, would she be the Holy Grail? Sorry. So this is, what, 30s or 40s?
Yeah, around there. Ah!
It moved.
I asked him why he didn't go look himself. He didn't answer. Grail was the scariest guy I knew.
I don't think
If something scared him,
before the 70s or 80s that
I
the
kind of wanted to shake
flame
his
on
hand.
the torch on the Statue of Liberty actually lighted up.
Eh. Scary old woman. Statues. Scary children.
What does it say?
I don't know. Doors that open on their own. Oh, God. Not again!
Hello? Hello?
I expect Dr. Frankenfurter to step out of the lift. How do I? See, you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the Candyman.
Ah.
Oops.
How do the angels kill?
You.
Ah! Eh.
Shoot them. Shoot them both.
Kidding me.
Dying detective.
Oh! Oh no! The Angel of Liberty.
Well, Patrick Henry said, give me liberty or give me death. In this case, you get both liberty and death.
Yeah.
Green?
Eh. Oh, it's the corrosion on the Statue of Liberty. They've been doing a different logo for each episode this season.
Stephen Moffat.
It's an important episode today.
Got ice in her heart and a kiss on her lips and a vulnerable side she keeps well hidden.
Oh, you've read it?
You read it aloud and then went yowza.
Only you could fancy someone in a book. I'm just reading it. I just like the cover.
Oh, Rory, you'd be surprised how many people are on the internet.
No, I'm busy.
I'm wearing reading glasses now on my nose, see? There you go.
I don't like them. They make your eyes look all lining. No, actually, sorry. They're fine. Dude, it is so humiliating when you do that.
Coffee.
Another go.
Those two are getting older.
Oh. Actually, that is much better. That is exciting.
And now he looks like a
I
professor.
thought you didn't like my reading aloud.
Oh, not statue babies. Ah!
There's a very famous urinating baby statue in Brussels, I think.
What did the skinny guy say?
He said, I just went to get coffees for the doctor and Amy. Hello, River.
Hello, Dad.
The full family's back.
How the hell did I get here?
I haven't the faintest idea. But you'll probably want to put your hands out.
Oh, the coffees.
What's the River doing in a book? What's Rory doing in a book?
He went to get coffee. Pay attention.
He went to get coffee and turned up in a book. How does that work?
I don't know. We're in New York.
What is going on?
Where did you get this book?
It was in my jacket.
How did it get there?
How does anything get there? I've given up asking. Date. Does she mention a date? When is this happening?
Yes, hang on. April 3rd, 1938.
So just before World War II breaks out.
Eh.
You didn't come here in the TARDIS, obviously.
Why?
You couldn't have.
Couldn't have? What does she mean, couldn't have?
This city's full of time distortions. It'd be impossible to land the TARDIS here.
It just is.
Like trying to land a...
Well, we're gonna get there somehow. We're in the rest of the book.
And what?
Page 43, you're gonna break something.
And what?
Why do you have to break mine? I asked the doctor. He frowned and said, because Amy read it in a book and now I have no choice.
Stop! No! No! Stop! You got me to head. This isn't any old future, Amy. It's ours. Once we know what's coming, it's fixed. I'm going to break
will literally
something
be
because
written.
You told me that I'm going to
So
do
let
it.
it be
No
written.
choice now.
So let it
Can
be
be
done.
written.
Once you've read it. Once we know what's coming, it's written in stone.
Oh no. Now, Rory!
I wonder if they gave him the middle name Arthur because of Darville.
Early Qin dynasty, I'd say.
Isn't he Arthur Darville?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Landing a plane in a timey-wimey blizzard. I can push through. But if I'm out by a nanosecond, the engines will phase and I'll shatter the planet.
Okay, don't do that.
Landing lights.
Yes, I did.
I hate this. Oh, go find the original.
Ah, hello. Yes. Oh, yeah. Special permission from the Emperor.
Hello, sweetie. Let's see.
Ah,
Hello, someone there?
just start kicking and punching wildly. Eh.
Now, has Rory seen the angels before?
I don't remember. Eh.
Whoa.
What is this?
Eh.
Come on.
Just a moment. Final checks.
Since when?
Make sure he looks good.
Breath's okay. Gotta meet the wife.
It's been a while.
So which is it going to be? You going to break my wrist or hers? Oh, no. Really? Why do you have to break mine?
Because Amy read it in a book.
Eh.
And now I have no choice.
That's exactly what was written.
You see,
Well, what book?
your book, which you haven't written yet, so we can't read.
I see. I don't like the cover much.
But if
Yeah.
River is gonna write that, there must be something we can look at.
What, a page of handy hints, previews, spoiler-free?
Chapter titles.
Yeah. I don't know, sometimes those could be spoilery.
Doctor, what is it? What's wrong? Tell me. Doctor. Doctor, what is it? Tell me.
Ow.
Did they get Rory? Where is he? Did they take him?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Ugh. Well, if he's not here, let's go.
No, there he is.
Ah,
Outside somehow. Winter Quay.
now they transported him to the hotel.
You got out.
So where is he?
There's a car out front. Should we steal it?
Show me!
Nah. No, she broke it.
Come up to the lab and see what's on the slab.
You know what? I'll take the stairs, mate.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Okay. When all those numbers on.
No, no, no. No, stop that. Stop that. Stop it.
How's that?
Well, let's see, shall we? That was a stupid waste of regeneration energy.
Tell you what, stick to the science part.
It just took a couple of years off. It's fine.
And never, ever let him see you age. He doesn't like endings.
I already saw her 30-something years older.
Got it! He's at a place called Winter Key. The car, yes? Let's go.
Winter Key?
Doctor, look at this.
Ugh.
Why is it smiling?
Oh god, it's creepier.
Get out of there. Don't look at anything. Don't touch.
Who's that?
Oh. Oh, Rory died again.
I'm sorry, Rory. But you just died.
But I'm still here.
Eh. Wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last.
The Angels take Manhattan because they can, because they've never had a food source like this one. The city that never sleeps.
Eh.
I'll take Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island too.
But to create a paradox like that takes almost unimaginable power. What have we got? Hey, tell me. Come on, what?
You'd have to get back to the TARDIS.
I won't let them take him. That's what we got.
The force of Scotland, that's what we have.
Try to get started. Husband, run!
Eh.
I'm not sure this can work.
Husband, shut up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh.
I always wanted to visit the Statue of Liberty. I guess she got impatient.
Eh.
Just stop it!
I'm just thinking through. This will work. This will kill the Angels.
It will kill you too.
Will it? Whoever said that this space would be erased from time never existed. This space never existed. What did I fall off?
You think you'll just come back to life?
When don't I?
Rory!
Eh.
Anyway, what else is there?
Land on your head, it'll be more effective.
I don't think they would fall vertically, but
Do a flip.
I could have lost you both. Don't ever do that again. What did we do? We fixed it. We solved the problem.
I was talking to myself.
Eh. Ah.
Amy, come see this.
What?
The gravestone here for someone with the same name as me.
What?
Oh.
Doctor!
Amy, what are you doing?
That gravestone, Rory's. There's room for one more name, isn't there?
What are you talking about? Back away from the Angel. Come back to the TARDIS. We'll figure something out.
The angel, but it sent me back to the same time to him.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
But it's my best shot, yeah?
No!
Doctor, shut up! Yes, yes, it is!
Amy.
Well, Raggedy Man! Goodbye!
Oh.
No!
she's older than him? Or did she live longer than
Must have lived a little longer. And she took his name, finally. The fairy tale is over.
I'll tell her to write an afterword. For you.
when he tore out the last page?
Well,
Tell her she'll go to sea and fight pirates. She'll fall in love with a man who'll wait 2,000 years to keep her safe. Tell her she'll give hope to the greatest painter who ever lived and save a whale in outer space. Tell her this is the story of Amelia Pond. And this is how it ends.
okay. Well, that's it for Amy and Rory.
Now, theoretically speaking, despite the fact that he has gone back or 10 went back and saw all his previous companions and everybody, he theoretically then cannot go see Rory and Amy at any point.
Yep.
So, do they never come back?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was probably very shocking.
Yeah, it's something. We should go ahead. This is technically a mini-sode, technically not. This is a scene that they thought about doing, but ended up not putting in the episode. So, this is called P.S.
You could come, Brian.
Somebody's got to water the plants.
Chris Chibnall, who didn't write the original.
Yeah.
It's like the messenger in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I bought a trowel. We have a small yard. I garden. The man who delivered the letter, Anthony, be nice to him. Because he's your grandson.
Oh, they finally had another kid.
He can tell you everything. They'll have the family albums, and I realise having a grandson who's older than you is so far beyond weird. But I'm sorry. I love you, Dad. I miss you.
Alright.
They say they adopted him?
Yeah. Because Amy said she could never have kids again after what happened to Demon's Run.
But if they were stuck in the hotel...
Well, no, because the hotel didn't exist.
Oh.
All it was that they were trapped back in time by the last of the angels. So...
Okay.
Yeah. So... Perhaps we'll give everyone a second to dry their tears. Because that is the thing after the episode that people will watch and then bawl their eyes out to. Like I said at the beginning, I hope nobody expected us to do that because we don't do that. But still, it's a very emotional thing. So,
well, I found that less emotional than the actual ending.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice little, there's always hope sort of thing. But, I mean... Yes, I understand why it was written. I understand why it was left out.
Yeah.
Again, as a writer, I would have looked at that and thought, where do you put that? You can't really put that after the Doctor and River, because that would seem to take, and you can't put it before the Doctor and River. So yes, it's a great scene, but I understand leaving it. I both, whether it was the writer's decision or the director's decision, I think it was a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the end of Amy and Rory. Now, I guess the thing is, no one really has a problem with the ending of Amy and Rory, except specifically me. I'm the only one who has a problem with this. Now, it's a very good episode.
Yeah.
And these 5 episodes that we've had this season have been very, very good episodes. It just pokes me the wrong way. And mainly because there have been 4 different endings for Amy and Rory that were just Amy and Rory go and live their life. Which, I mean, technically this is what that is, but Amy and Rory live their life and now they're dead and you'll never see them again. It's just oh, okay, thanks. We had, especially after, this is our first companion exits since Donna, which was also a giant tragedy.
Yeah.
And so it's just oh, okay, here we go again, another tragedy that ain't stopping anytime soon. So and I mean, I guess it is, the thing is, it's also the point that there have been endings to Amy and Rory, and then they keep going back, and they address that specifically, that the Doctor keeps running to them before they fade away, or the two of them are running from their normal lives, and they basically said I think it was in episode 2 where the doctor says like, "Oh, you'll be there till the end of me," and Amy said, "Or the other way around," and it's just like, well, there it is, the end of them. And it's just this thing. It's like they've been kind of building up, and I know that's the point of, how far can you go with the Doctor and everything. But I don't know. It's definitely a thing where I'm glad that more recent companions have just had normal exits where they can just leave and it's fine. So,
well, I'm I want to say that it's probably about this time. When did Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
Yeah, it would be around this time. I think after this is when she first started having to shave her head for Nebula.
And then you said Arthur Darvill went on to do
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, it would have been
5 or 6 years later, maybe.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
So
it's not like this was the end of their careers or anything.
Yeah.
But to me, the fact that they have had fits and starts of leaving and then keep going back, this was a way to say basically, we can't keep doing this. It has to stop, and we can't just kill them off. We have to have the audience know that they did get a chance to live out their lives. They did, even though it was in Manhattan, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah.
So wherever but the fact that they literally could not see the Doctor because that was now impossible because of the time rift or whatever, that allowed them to say that part of our life is over. We need to move on. All right. I've done that. I mean, there are parts of my life that I'm still, one of my bucket lists is to take the family back to not only to England where I live, but I would literally like to see the town that our family is from. That our family goes back 400 years to Devon and Cornwall, down in that area, and I want to be able to walk into a town and see that there's our last name on dozens of different people who live in that town. Because as you know, we're like the only 3 people in the state of Oklahoma with our name, and only like 3 different people in the United States with that name. So anyway, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you can't go home again, as the novel says.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good.
And by the way, there's an interesting quote years ago, and I think it was Maya Angelou, who said, "It's true that you can't go home again, but wherever you are, that's home, so you're all right." Something to that effect.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is also... I guess technically, if there are people that have complained about stuff like this, it's more of the classic crowd, the crowd that says the only good Doctor Who is classic Doctor Who, which I don't even agree with that, obviously. But the people that say, they give too many emotional endings. They give all the companions an emotional ending. The Doctor has to have a 10-minute speech before he finally dies and stuff. Meanwhile, back in the day, Tom Baker fell off a tower. He smiled and then he died, and that was it.
But even then he said, "This ending has been prepared for," something like that. Because all through that entire sequence, was that Logopolis?
Yeah.
That the other ghostly figure was following him, which he knew was to be his new incarnation.
Yeah, so it's like it's that kind of complaint, and back in the day where it's like, well, not many companions had these tragic endings. A lot of them just left, which honestly makes something like Adric, all the more emotional that he does die, which is also a feat because nobody liked Adric anyway, and it's still emotional when he dies. So it's one of those things, and it's like, especially too, because it's like now looking back at this, it's like, all right, now that was the tragedy of Amy and Rory, and now there's going to be 8 different more tragedies before we finally let go of this for a little while. So it's just like, oh, good grief. And especially because the biggest thing for me is like, because they kept highlighting, you need to go. You need to just stop. You need to just go live a life. Rory just took on a full-time job and everything, and all this. I was like, you need to just go and live your life. It's okay. Martha did it. Yes, she's a little screwed up, but that wasn't even just from being home. That's just from everything that happened with with traveling in the TARDIS and the Master and all that stuff, but Martha still went home.
Yeah.
You know? So, it really just is that now Martha is an outlier. She's the only one whose time doesn't end in some sort of tragedy. Rose was lost to a different dimension. Donna lost her memory of everything that had happened with the Doctor. Amy and Rory are dead. They did live a life, which is something, but it's just like, but they're dead, and you can never go back to them ever in Doctor Who, ever. And it's just like, all right, what's next? So, I don't know, but it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Again, like, the episodes are not bad. I just don't agree with having to do this for Amy and Rory. So, but it does also still build on, the fairy tale. The fairy tale has come to an end. They've done this for multiple seasons of, Amy being too tied to the Doctor, and then eventually Rory being too tied to the Doctor. So it works. It works well enough.
I do now. Again, I personally think having this kind of soft landing for them was good, but I do have two other problems with the script. First of all, I mean, Grail is obviously just a device to get them to Manhattan, and because he's a collector, and the Doctor goes back to getting the Chinese people to the Qin dynasty, I think, to paint all the things on there, but then he disappears. He's in the first 10-15 minutes as a very integral part of the story, and then he's gone.
Yeah, well, he's literally gone because the angels bust out and they take him, so he's just dead after that point.
The second thing is, I don't have a problem with the Statue of Liberty being in, but to me, it should have been they look off in the distance and the.
Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be a shot of that, but there's not.
But from a distance, the statue turns its head. Having the Statue of Liberty literally walk up to the building where they were and look at them. Are you telling me that even back then a city of 5 or 6 million people didn't notice a giant statue walking up to
nobody noticed.
The key.
So they just thought it was, well, I mean, obviously it's it's 1938, so it wouldn't be that, but they were just like, it's just Ghostbusters 2, it's fine. You hook up an NES Advantage controller and you walk through the street.
It doesn't bother me the way it bothers you. It bothers me in a totally different way, again, because of the... that's, oddly enough, those parts of the script don't seem to have been Stephen Moffat. It's like, he wrote a basic exit, and then somebody else, it seemed like, because those are two completely different things. It's incongruous.
It could have been that someone maybe picked up a little slack on these episodes, because he was still, I mean, at this point he's definitely thinking of the 50th anniversary. They're preparing the new companion for next episode and everything, as well as him doing Sherlock at the same time. So even with episodes written by him, it's possible, which is why that the PS was written by Chris Chibnall specifically.
Now, I've forgotten his name, the author.
Moffat? Yeah.
Wasn't he also in Sherlock, or was that Gatiss?
That was Gatiss.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and Mark Gatiss, I mean, he was in Sherlock, and he was like basically co-showrunner with Stephen Moffat to write those episodes. So, yeah. And it's, at the very least, it is good that River is here to send off Amy and Rory as well. So, and hey, she has a little brother now. So, and technically, I guess she could go meet her little brother in 2012 at least. So, but yeah, that's it. That's the end of Amy and Rory. So,
well, I'm looking forward to watching Clara Oswald come back.
Yeah,
although she was Oswin at the last time we met her.
Yeah,
do they explain that, or do they just?
It's a whole thing of weird things going on with Clara, and yeah, that all starts next time on the Christmas special, the unnumbered Christmas special in the middle of the season. So this was episode 5. Next week is the Christmas special, and then the week after that is episode 6. So,
right. So Is it actually at Christmas 2012, or is it just set at Christmas?
It's set at Christmas and aired in Christmas 2012, but it is not going to be Christmas of 2012 in the episode.
Okay.
but yeah, but that'll be, and it's also important. It's not just a one-off Christmas special episode like we normally do. It is important to the next plot line. So yeah, that is pretty much that, I guess. With all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who video that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.